I've been wrong about breathwork for many years in my 10-year journey as a breathwork practitioner and teacher. The purpose for breathwork is simple. It should serve me to become stronger and more skilled. It's embedded in a bigger context than just doing my morning breathwork session and then go on about my day as I would otherwise. YouTube is full of videos where people do breathwork for 30 days and document if it has transformed their lives. But there is never a distinction between different breathwork techniques in those 30 days and in what context to what end breathwork is used. Do you want to use deliberate breathing as a morning session to better meditate or simply to be more emotionally regulated and less stressed? Do you differentiate between a regular breathing session and intervention breathwork? If you want to learn the 3 strategic breathwork levels and the underlying physiological dynamics to know exactly what type of breathwork is the best for your current situation and desired outcome, then stick with me to the end. What our breathing is telling us about our state. Breath is always with us, and we don't think about it much for most of the day. The only time we really think about our breath is when we're short of it. We feel the urge to breathe and the burning in our lungs when we sprint to catch the bus. Or we feel the heaviness in our chest and our frantic breathing when we're so nervous that we wish to be anywhere else but in this situation that causes this uncomfortable feeling. So breathing is always a reflection of my inner state. When we're relaxed, we breathe differently than when we're stressed. This is all because our autonomic nervous system controls our breathing, the part of our nervous system that controls involuntary body functions like heart rate, digestion, etc. Our brain is a complex prediction machine that constantly allocates energy to specific situations. If we are stressed, our brain is geared towards action, allocates energy towards our muscles, and raises our alertness. But it retracts this energy away from digestion and recovery. But the special thing with our breathing is that we can also deliberately control it and by doing so influence our autonomic nervous system. So we can use deliberate breathing to either calm ourselves and aid digestive and restorative processes in our body by lowering our respiration rate and focusing on long exhalations, or we can raise our arousal level and increase alertness by increasing our respiration rate by focusing on vigorous inhalations. After learning the underlying physiological mechanism of breathing and how it influences our nervous system, I viewed breathwork in a different light. Breathwork has gained a lot of popularity, and there are so many different techniques that it's not always easy to find out what's useful in what context. Also, many people use breathwork solely as a morning routine activity or similar, without regard to their current neurological arousal state or starting point and desired outcome. What I mean by that is that context matters as much as technique. Let's take a closer look at that. Breathwork as a bridge to other disciplines. Back in my days at university, I studied communication and media science. One of the first things that I learned is that communication science is more of a hyphenated science or an interdisciplinary field, which is a discipline formed by merging 2 or more established fields, leading to new areas of study that blend methodologies, theories, and approaches from each original discipline. The term emphasizes the hyphen or connective aspect, symbolizing how 2 domains link to form a unique integrated field. Much like communication, breathwork is a bridge between a discipline and a desired outcome. For example, my strength training is an activity that I do with a clear goal or progression line, and breathwork plays a part in that discipline to improve recovery or performance. It's the same with yoga, running, combat sports, and meditation. Another example would be that breathwork can aid in staying calm and focused during a high-pressure scenario, whether a job, a competition, or a test. Other scenarios include utilizing the breath for pain management or recovery after workouts or learning sessions. Each of these scenarios require a slightly different approach. This is what I mean by context, real-life reactions to external stimuli, and how to navigate through them toward a desired outcome. So all this brings me to the conclusion, which is breathwork shouldn't be separated from life. What do I mean by that? When I started my breathwork journey, I thought I could just do my breathing session in the morning, which would then transform my life. Simple. Well, while I certainly noticed some benefits in emotional balance and stress resilience, it only scratches the surface of what's possible. When we look at neurological arousal levels, there are natural fluctuations and event-based influences, and this brings us to the 3 levels of breathwork. We all have an internal clock in our system, the circadian rhythm that runs on a 24-hour rhythm. It controls our arousal levels throughout the day. It generally looks something like this. Our alertness is higher in the morning than in the afternoon, and it peaks again 10 to 11 hours after waking up. When you do an energizing breathwork session in the morning, like for example, the hormesis breathwork, we ride this wave of rising alertness, which can give us an additional boost, much like a physical workout session early in the morning. On the other hand, when we're at a natural low of the circadian alertness curve, doing a breathwork session that is more calming, like cyclic sighing, box breathing, coherent breathing, or a calming variation of the hormesis breathing, we can use the low energy state to restore, rejuvenate, and recover more. On another level, there are events and things that we need to do despite our current energy level. For example, when you have an important meeting in the afternoon, when your natural energy level is low, you can't simply take a nap or do a calming breathwork session instead, but you can use deliberate breathing in the moment to increase your energy and alertness by doing 20 to 30 deep, fast and vigorous inhalations. On another level, when the event induces such an effect that you get nervous, freeze up, or are on the brink of getting a panic attack, engage in calming breathing techniques, like for example, box breathing that police officers or soldiers utilize. There are 2 types of events that you can effectively manage with breathwork. The first type are events that trigger a strong emotional response and where you use breathwork as a countermeasure. The second type are events where you need to perform or rest and use breathwork to counter the current state of your natural circadian alertness phase. This would apply, for example, for shift workers, students with a deadline, or sleep-deprived parents. So, if you're still only using breathwork in a rigid form as part of your morning routine, try to go a level or 2 deeper and use deliberate breathing as an intervention tool in specific situations, and hone your awareness skills to synchronize your breath with your current circadian alertness level to boost your energy or recovery.